salute, peace and power, peace and power, peace and power, peace and power. What it do, what it do. Salute, salute, salute. I thank the universal truth and the absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows, a divine mind shows all things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Peace and power to the people that struggle. Peace and power. As you come on in, know that this is a safe space. Know that this is a space for learning and getting learned up. Know that this is a space for educating and being educated. Know that this is a space for conversation, comments and concerns, questions and answers. This is a space of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. This is your space, a space of intelligence, a space of integrity, a space of love, a space for queen comrades, a space for militants, a space of what? Huh? Wisdom, a space of what? Justice, a space where we are working on a united path towards what? True liberation. As my classroom assistants come on in, please keep all contact information in the chat for the duration and throughout the class. Please keep all funding information. Hashtags, links, apps with cash, pals that pay, unions that are Western, grams with money, god damn it, red cups, blue cups, squeegee man cups, damn it, the pastor's plate, listen man, coffee cups, god, listen man, it ain't over yet, damn it, it's still season time, man, give me the jingle bell cup, man, anything, listen. The time, listen. It's a war going on outside. Fund the war effort. If you or anybody you know is in need of anger management, please book an assessment. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't wait until you get in that pink slip, and some of y'all done got it. And wait until HR giving you that pink slip. Your services are no longer needed. Don't wait until your kids be in the room for a week. Because with you, they don't want to speak. I hate you, daddy. Yeah. You ain't my real mama. Yeah. Don't wait until it's too late. Get yourself together. Check your anger. If you or anybody you know is in need of a domestic violence intervention, yeah, book an assessment. Stop sending each other outside with stakes on your eye, speed knots and elbows all bandaged up, wrists in a sling and things. God damn it, knee braces and Get yourselves together. Stop having your house being known throughout the precinct. Everybody know your house. Book an assessment. If you or anybody you know is in need of an intimate relationship abuse consultation and counseling, please book an assessment. Learn the warning signs, the behaviors that should alarm you. Characters and characteristics that should heighten your awareness levels. Damn it. Past trauma. People, conversations, places, situations, events that should have your alertness levels on 1,000. Remember, with this information in life that you save could be your own. What it do. Time for class. Time for class. Yeah. Let's get to it. We got some people to tag today. Y'all, how y'all doing? I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Tell your classmates that you're here. Tell them to put their little tweeds down. Okay? Tell them to put it down. Tell them to twist the cap up on their little liquors. Yeah. And if you at work, don't get fired. But tell everybody, share on your social media, get your screen recordings, get your screenshots and all that. Who we tagging, y'all? We got to tag Naomi Osaka. Black Girl Magic, tag Naomi. Tell her come to class. Tag Tracy Morgan. Yeah, he made it back to class. Come on, Tracy, come to class. Yeah, somebody tag Killer Cam. Cameron Giles. Harlem, come on down. Tag him. Tell Harlem to get his ass in the building. Come on, Cam. Yes. And somebody tag Minnesota. Minnesota, y'all out there? It's a war going on, so tag them. Tag them. We got to get down to the get down. Nekima Levy Armstrong. Yeah. And Chantel. Louisa Allen. Yeah, you bring y'all that. Oh, did y'all bail out yet? Well, bring y'all asses to class. Let's go, Minnesota. And who's in class already, damn it? Let's see. Let's see. I know it's the regulars all up in here. I know it. Look at here. Philly, first in the building. What up? What up? Salute, salute. CA215. Got you again, Dimples. Dimples is number 2. They got you, Dimples. They up in here. They running up in here. Number 1, number 2. Dust Fro 517. Peace. What up? 1, 2, 3. And y'all got the shiny faces. Y'all in class like this. God damn it, don't get fired now. Charles, what up? Andrea. Andrea, that's what I'm talking about. Andrea Jones is in the building, healthy and strong. What's going on? E Planet, what up? We see you. What's going on? Uh-oh, Aurora. God damn it, Aurora's in here, healthy. We see you. What's going on? That's what we talking about. Indigenous warrior, we see you. What's going on? Tay, what up? Mr. Strictly Gang. LA's in the building, y'all. LA in the building. Hakim, what? Peace, what's going on? Feel it? Boom, what up? We see you. What's going on? What's going on? Oh, I got my green apples. Boy, Snook the Bears up in here. Chef Corbin, yeah. Uh-oh. Yeah, LA Deep. Hold on. LA Deep, Philly Deep. What's going on? Merklo, what up? We see you. Uh-oh. NFNT, what up? Mr. Mac, what up? Darryl, what up? Kicks, what up? We see you. Yeah. Willie. Angel, what up? Mike Nice, what up? Mark Hines, what up? Ooh, GP Brooklyn, what up? See, Blaze the Sniper. Uh-oh. Yeah. Yeah, we see you. What up, what up? Will, what up? God diggity dumb it, they up in here. The Grustler, the Global Hustler. Cuckoo the Bag of Bones in here from Zurich, Switzerland. Boy, that anthology coming, y'all. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all cop that. Who that? Dre, what up, brethren? What up? We see you. George, what up? Uh-oh, so we got to go live, so we got to tear up Instagram real quick. Soap intellectual. Whoa. Soapboxes in the building. Oh, gee. Helene, Camille. Canada's up in here, the first responders. We see you. Marlon, what up? 55 for Marlon Blake. 55, God damn it. 55. We ain't give out a 55 in a minute. 55. Got him, y'all. Got him. Let's get to it, y'all. I'm trying to do this under an hour. I'm trying to do this, but you know how we go. I'm trying to. I got to make a move. I'm trying to, but this is it is what it is. It bees what it bees. Mr. Warbucks, what up? We get engaged, we get hyped up, we get amped up. We gotta do what we gotta do. It's time for some learning. Ain't that right, y'all? Vitamin Vision TV, what up? It's time for some learning, because y'all damn sure don't come get your sessions. Yeah. I can't wait to see one of y'all asses on the news. Boy, I'm going to giggle my ass off because I told y'all to get your sessions in. But y'all be playing. Yeah, y'all be playing. So let's get to this learning, man. Listen. Who's first? First, let me get rid of Naomi Osaka. We're going to congratulate Naomi Osaka for a win earlier. Yeah, we got to give her props. She's in the Australian Open. Yeah, black girl magic. But listen, man, I'm telling y'all, melanated people all around the globe is having a difficult time. especially when you resonate, especially when that shit pours up off of you, especially when you vibrate in that melanin. And I'm telling you, they see it. And I told y'all you can't hide it. When you're spiritually militant, when you're politically aware, okay? Man, when you have an intelligence that is revolutionary, you can't hide it. I don't care if you sit quiet. I don't care if you try to play meek. They see it. They feel it. Ain't no hiding. That energy exudes and pours. It pours off you. So, nice and quiet and oftentimes reserved Naomi Osaka, guy had a little beef. Had a little beef. Why? Because she presented as a melanated person. See, as long as she, doesn't allow that melanin to come out, they fine. They fine with her. You understand? As long as she's in a space where Ofay feel safe, they got no problem with her. As soon as that black girl magic, as soon as that little hip hop come out, boy, they on her. And she's the worst thing on the tennis court. Yeah. Well, it showed its face again. Let's get to the notes. Earlier today, Naomi Osaka, had produced one of the enduring images of the 2026 Australian Open, marching onto Rod Laver Arena in an outfit inspired by a jellyfish. Put it on. I didn't think it was all that. It was decent. I didn't think it was all that. It was decent. I prefer to see them legs, them calves and shiny thighs, and she came out wearing a little fluffy flare, jellyfish inspired thingamajig. It was alright. Okay. Yes, she has an Asian background as well as a Japanese. Yes. So that comes out. That comes out. Yeah. Okay. And she was in a match with an Ofay named Saranya Kirstia. Yeah. Okay. And this is how they write about her. And if you ever was in a space like I was in where you had to consistently read all the time, right? Where sometimes you couldn't get to a television or listen. But when you listen, like to a radio or something, you can hear the tonage. But when you have to read, you really have to read for tone. Check this out. The reaction to Osaka's sartorial choices has been fascinating. Alongside the viral social media posts and criticisms of her fashion instincts, tennis's old guard have clutched tightly to their pearls. Boris Becker described Osaka's outfit as iconic, but with a caveat. This is his quote. There is also a contradiction on the one hand. She doesn't want to be under so much pressure. She doesn't want to be in the public eye and in the media so much. And then she comes out to center court in an outfit like that. You see? You see that bias, that implicit bias. You see that you's a whole Ofay man. What you worrying about this little melanated girl outfit for? All you should be worrying about is her tennis game. But they can't help it. They gotta set the tone. Okay? So now, this has been a common reframe whenever Osaka makes any kind of eye-catching decision, a reference to her refusal to participate in post-match press conferences at the French Open in 2021. Osaka later revealed that she had been struggling with depression. Again, you're in a space, no matter how they raise you up, you understand when you got parenting, when you have a support independent of the sport of who you are. It's only going to be so much that you can put shade on that. You understand? So when she started to have her nervous breakdowns, when she started to say, listen, I'm not speaking to y'all, which is really revolution utilizing resistance. Listen, this is too much. I'm not talking to you. I'm going to sit quiet. They hated for that. They ostracized. They tried to find her and all that. So now, because she came back and wasn't as dominant as before the bouts of depression and before she gave birth, they ride you now. They want to believe that she was spanked. Okay? Now, she said she hasn't won anything 5 years. She's 28 years old. Okay? So she got on the court and she was kicking ass. She was doing her thing. All right? Now, in the mix of that, they started showing clips of her talking to herself, gassing herself up, doing what she needed to do to win, as many of them do. I've seen many of them. This is a sport that is rarely a team sport unless you're doing doubles or mixed doubles. It's a solo. It's you. So you have to motivate yourself. Now, different it's not okay. You got the US Open, you got the Australian Open, you got the French Open, you got Wimbledon. They all may have different rules. I'm not an expert in the rules. All I know is some are 3 sets, some are 2 sets. All of that, what they do in between and how they talk and all that, we wouldn't know none of that if it wasn't for what they was doing to Serena in the latter part of her career. And then they started doing it to Naomi, and they do it to Coco. It's always the melanated women that they attempt to chastise with these rules. Now, she was talking to herself and the opponent could hear her. Probably most of the arena could hear her, but she's talking to herself. I guess this chick thought it was against the rules. Now, after a certain point, this chick, went up to the judge and asked the judge, is this, against the rules? She can talk to herself like that? Judge didn't say anything, or whatever she said, this chick didn't answer. She didn't like the answer. Okay? After my baby girl, Naomi dusted her off. When you come to the net, she gave her a little bullshit, handshake, and said some to her. Naomi shrugged her shoulders. She was like shocked, like, yo, all right, it is what it is. The Romanian chick, this chick, right? Romanian, right? Let me get her first name right, because I don't want to Saranya. She said, you have been playing on the tour for so long, you have no idea what fair play is. Here we go. So now, during the interview, they asked Osaka, because she seemed upset. She won, but because of that interaction, like, she's sensitive. She don't be wanting no smoke. On the interview, they asked her about how did she win the match. She responded, apparently, a lot of come-ons that she was angry about, but whatever. Right? She's like, that's how I must have won. I probably didn't win because of my play, but according to her, I won because I was talking to myself. Come on and get... We watch Serena. Did we not? In the beginning, Venus might have spoke and said these things to herself, but to each its own, this chick felt a terrible way. Now, when asked about the comments, she said, I'm not a person that reacts well to being casually disrespected. Okay? Said homegirl disrespected her. She said, I've never been involved in something like this before, so I don't know if we're supposed to leave it on the court and be like, hey, how you doing? See, I'm a little confused. I guess that emotions were very high for her. I also want to apologize. I think the first couple of things that I said on the court were disrespectful. I don't like disrespecting people. That's not what I do. If she wants to talk about it, then yeah. But when I'm pumping myself up in my head, I'm not like, okay, now I'm going to distract the other person. It's purely for me. It's purely for me, so I can do what I got to do. Again, when melanated people think for themselves and encourage themselves, it's a problem. When you love yourself, it's a problem. When you want to be excellent in any space without utilizing them or their systems, it's a problem, especially for melanated women. Especially for melanated women. You're not supposed to take control of your space. You are supposed to fold at every level, especially when you're playing or competing against Ofays in their institution. Okay? Tennis was built for them. We were never supposed to be excellent at it. Tennis, golf, any of that shit. The only reason why we even paying attention to it is, especially as of recent history, is because of Venus and Serena and Richard Williams. We wouldn't have been paying this shit no mind. Nobody was no fan like that. He wasn't running through to see Arthur Ashe and none of that. None of that. Even when Yannick Noah was doing his thing. You know, it wasn't like that. They wasn't going hard like that. Venus and Serena came through. Stepped it up, we started paying attention. You understand? People don't mess with Sloan like that. People don't mess with who's the other one? Townsend. Nah. We don't pay attention to it. And when Serena, went full blown Euro, we couldn't care less. The ratings went down. You don't hear how many of y'all even knew the Australian Open was going on. That's the power of melanated women in those spaces. And that is the same power that could be utilized on a political space. But y'all don't listen to Bliz. Nobody listen to Bliz. I tell you, when you pull back, when you fall back, when you withdraw that energy, all this shit collapses. All of it. There's no need to go out there and get your head knocked off. All you got to do is find somewhere to sit down. All you got to do is find somewhere to pull out your goddamn finances. All you got to do is find somewhere else to put your attention. And they shit crumbles. Okay? So now Naomi is getting ready for her next match. That's just what she got to do. Damn that Ofay. Straight up. You whipped her. Now you got to get ready for the next one so you could do your thing and come out with a W so they can stop talking that you ain't win a match in 5 years. All right? All right. Next up. Again. I'm seeing a lot of chatter still about whether or not we, and when I'm saying we, I'm talking melanated people, I'm talking black people, however you fit to categorize yourself, Negroes, there's still a lot of chat about what we supposed to do with ICE, what we supposed to do with these protests, how hard we supposed to participate in this particular struggle. And if people haven't figured it out yet, which many don't, it's I'm telling you, it's confusing and it's complex because in all reality, there's no wiggle room in this shit. There's no gray area. For me, it never is. But specifically right here is no gray area. Either you're here or you're there. You're either here or you're there. Okay? But if you're in, why are you in? What resource? What is the end goal? Because if you in and the end goal has nothing to do with you, you're going to look foolish. You're going to look foolish. Now, these protests have been going strong. And again, I don't comment on everything. I just don't. Because in my class, I speak about what I need to speak about. I speak about what is sent to me because I have trusted students. I have classroom assistants. They trust me to speak to what moves them, what they're unclear about. So I didn't speak about this church protest. I really didn't, because I know a lot of people, whether they hear in class or they watching the replay or they family members, right? I'm not exempt from having people who are all over when it comes to this. I got people who are family members who are hard body in the church. Hard body. I told you, my great-grandfather built and established a church in Harlem that still stands to this day. Name is still emblazoned in the concrete. Family members that are 33 and the third degree Masons. Yeah. You understand? People who wish, people who pray, people who do everything for. It's very testy. It can get very testy and triggering, right? But when you in this particular element and what took place, right, last weekend, again, people have to look deep down into their belief systems and, either stand firm or question why you there. Same as I have people in the Christian space, people who practice Al-Islam, Muslims, hard, staunched fundamentalists. I'm talking about hard body. There's a lot. I come from many different schools of thought and practice. So I didn't speak on this in depth. Okay? But I seen it. And I see where people wanted me to speak because you brought hip hop into it. Hip hop was dragged into it. And there was a lot of layers up in there. So it was a church in Minneapolis, right? People protested the church because one of the pastors is an ICE agent. And I looked at it and I saw the black woman and I saw the pastors and I saw the ushers and I saw the congregation and I saw what was going on. And then the day after we saw Nicki Minaj go at it with Don Lemon, and I'm like, wow, this shit here is weird. And she, called them all type of, dizzle suckers and all that. She went in and he, of course, he went in and said, yeah, you could go there, but, your brother was, putting his mouth on little boys and girls and stuff, and your husband. It was back and forth. It got nasty, and I still left it alone. Because I'm like, yo, that's not had nothing to do with me. That's not guerrilla strategy and tactics. That's not military war. This is some other shit here. But that's the majority. Those are the masses. Okay? That conversation is that. And that doesn't serve us. Even though we have a lot of people in this class on those different groupings. I told you we got now later Skittle people up in here in class. Yes, we do. Y'all may not know it. They here. Right? We got the religious zealots in here on both sides. Yeah, we do. Conscious. Everybody's in this class. So, we might be one of the most diverse classes on YouTube in our small number. But when this took place, I said, now let's speak. Let's speak on it. Let's go. Straight from the notes. Federal agents arrested 2 Minnesota civil rights activists who led a protest inside a church whose pastor they say has a leadership role with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, the federal agency carrying out aggressive raids in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. They locked their asses up. Let's go. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi said on Thursday, FBI and Homeland Security agents took part in the arrest of attorney Nekima Levy-Armstrong and Chantel Louisa Allen, a St. Paul school board member. FBI Director Kash Patel said on Twitter that Levy-Armstrong faced charges under a federal law that bars physical obstruction of houses of worship. See, now these charges be steep. They be thick. When the feds come, the feds come. Okay? Anything you doing when it comes to ICE is federal. They make that shit clear. So you don't have to have a name. You don't have to have a presence on social media. If you take your ass out there in those protests and get locked up, at any given time, they can make you the example. Okay? At any given time, they can make your ass the example. So you have to be in a space where you believe down deep down in your soul that what you're doing is right and exact, and that at some point, whatever your end goal is, whatever your touchdown is, okay, that you're going to get that. If not, you must be ready to deal with any consequences way up under, especially if you lose. Okay? Understand that. So there's no mistaking in this class with how we expect you to proceed. I'm just making it clear. Know your enemy, know the consequences, know in real time what could happen to your ass. Right? It's not to be fearful. We don't walk in fear. Our militancy is strong. We don't walk in fear. We do fight with common sense. We do fight using guerrillas tactics and strategy. That's who we are. If you thinking this class is about anything else, nah, you could beat it. You could beat it. I don't get war efforts enough for any of y'all to bail me out. I don't. We don't have nothing in the stash. When it comes in, it goes out. When it comes in, I'm in the community. Who need this? Who need that? Down to basic shit. I've bought elders paper towel because they didn't have them. I've bought basics. We get donations of toothpaste and soap. We get all type of stuff. Little old me. So trust and believe. Ain't gonna be bailing me out. Y'all not gonna do that. I'm already good with that. So I know I have to be much more intelligent and smart. Okay? Yeah, intelligent and smart when it comes to battling and it comes to giving proper instruction. Because, fuck out of here. I'm not dumb. I'm not dumb. Melanated people allow Malcolm to get his head knocked off. So don't nobody love me like that. Okay? So now, check it. Bondi said that there would be more arrests over the protests at City's Church in St. Paul, where dozens of demonstrators interrupted a service alleging that Pastor David Easterwood was an ICE director, saying that role conflicted with Christian values. Okay? In a speech in Ohio, Vice President J.D. Vance said Bondi had told him the ringleader of the church protest had been arrested. We're talking about this black woman with the black woman name, Nekima, who, because many may not know who she is, I'm going to tell y'all. She's been active for many years. She's not a slow leak in terms of that work. She's been in Minnesota. She's well known. She was there organizing protests and rallies before George Floyd. Because Minnesota been on some bullshit. She's been out there. She's not a slow leak. She's an attorney. Okay? However, in woke communities that are a little bit more advanced in thinking when it comes to strategy, they don't know her. They're looking at her like, who's this chubby chick? She don't look like no warrior. Just saying. Okay? Now, where do we stand in this? I want y'all to be clear. I know by the war efforts what people have and what they don't have. I guarantee you that. I know that shit already. I know that. So at any given time, if any of y'all are ready to get cuffed up in federal lockup, y'all let me know if you ready for that. Right? Because we're not going to sit here in this class and talk. All them other spaces, all them other YouTube channels, they just talk, what you should do, what you did, talk, and they chat just be going up and down, talking shit. And then they go back and play with their little toys and bake cookies and do all type of other weirdness and look at Ofay clothes and shows and all that weirdness. They talk big, they dress big, but it's a damn rehearsal. We're not doing this here because I know our people are very committed and we think different and we want to know act. How can we act? The action is what's going to reach or help us reach our goals. So this is where we bump, and bounce off each other's domes. Like, yo, listen, this is a strategy. This is a strategy. Okay? I know that. I know what issues many in my class and many of my clients have. I know it, man, because it's real, because we have the same issues. We got elder parents. We have parents who are not doing well health-wise. We have kids. You understand? Check the check. Ain't nobody in this class balling out. But we feel the need to be involved and to do what could be done. What should be done? And many people still believe that protests are the answer. And I've always told you that shit is old. That's old. Martin and them did that shit. In 2026, that is a dumb strategy because the penalties for it is much greater. You understand? What I used to do in Midtown Manhattan, nah, that's a penalty fact. We was doing it when it was a misdemeanor. We was doing it so much that we changed the law. Because we was doing it, the misdemeanor became a felony. So we can't do that no more. Why are these people still protesting and getting their head knocked in and pepper sprayed? That shit don't do nothing but make these agents of destruction stronger. Because they see what they could do. Andrea Jones, much appreciation for funding the war effort. Peace, Vitamin Vision TV. Much appreciation for the super chat. Peace, Bliz. Why does Minnesota as a state seem to be a hotbed for all this madness that has transpired over the years? Because they have a heavy indigenous population. Look at where Minnesota is. Heavy indigenous, heavy Ofay, heavy mixing. Okay? Politically, it's always been intertwined. And they put a lot of immigrants through, ran it through. It's a hotbed. It's a lot. It's a lot. That's what it is. Heavy. Heavy. Okay? Huh? Deep. Not a game. A lot of, man, listen, a lot going on out there. A lot. Y'all be surprised how many cold stone pimps are reared and bred out in Minnesota. So been a lot going on out there, yo, a lot. But I ain't never lived out there. I don't know specifically. I'm making an educated guess based on the history of this country and where the state sits geographically. Okay? It's a lot going on out there. And it just boils over to a head. So, hey, man, listen, it get deep. But let's continue. Because we got things to do. I want to get through this real quick. All right? The arrest follows a weekend statement from what's his dude name? Harmeet. Dillon, the head of the Justice Department Civil Rights Division, that the department was investigating potential violations of the Freedom of Access to Clinic, Interests Act, a 1934 law that bars obstruction of both reproductive health centers and houses of worship. The law has historically been used against demonstrators blocking access to abortion clinics. But President Donald Trump's administration has curtailed abortion-related cases while emphasizing cases related to religious worship. The administration has also launched broad efforts targeting liberal nonprofits and groups seen as opposed to the agenda, raising alarm among civil rights groups and Democratic leaders. Okay? Democratic leaders and the Democratic Party have always and consistently pushed and funded nonprofits, liberal groups. So now that it's a repeat. The Republicans got the bag, and they got the chair, and they got the court. They're going to run the board. Don't get your black ass caught up in it, because what? Many nonprofits and liberal groups pull at the sympathies of melanated people who, for some reason, believe in the Democratic Party still to this day. So you work with them, they put these ideas in your head, think tanks, program mission statements of specific nonprofits and shit like that. Yeah, they got you going out and marching and standing in certain, spaces. It's dangerous now. Before you get slapped on the wrist by some local government, city or something. Now it's federal. So they playing for keeps. They playing for keeps. So it's not that simple anymore. It's not that simple. Okay? So now they banged her for that. And we're going to see how far they take it with her. Again, she's an attorney. She has some type of a support system. We don't know how strong. We don't know how strong. Most of these support systems, look, you see T-47. He been going at ex-FBI directors. He went at Comey hard. He going at anybody that go against his grain. And these people that he going at is strong. Even their protection is waning. They shitting on themselves like, yo, like, they looking at their mans in them like, yo, hold on, we came through this together. And you're like, oh, well, I'm over here. Just like that. You over there. That's how this shit moving. So where will your black ass sit if you get jammed up in some dumb shit like this? It's just, man. I don't think people really make this connection between themselves and somebody like Mumia Abu-Jamal. I'm serious. It's just, man, y'all all this close away from that. I'm serious. When you are taking these stands and you're putting yourself out in public, you got to realize, yo, you one of these wild ICE agents target. You that much away from getting your head popped off. You just a overzealous U.S. attorney, assistant U.S. attorney away from catching a federal indictment like this. So you never know where this shit gonna land. You don't know. Not to make you fearful, but cautious. Like, what is the real strategy here? And why are they keeping this conversation in our timeline? Like, what should black people do? Why we? Why are they trying to throw you under the bus? That's y'all beef. And that's real talk. Don't let anybody pull at your goddamn heartstrings and talk about it could be you. Well, you know what? It ain't me now. Right now, it ain't me. Just that simple. We've been under the gun of the federal government, of state and local police. We've been under the gun. That shit ain't nothing new for us. It's not. So you don't have to prove where you stand in this shit. You don't. You don't have to go out protest shit. You don't have to fake like you got some arms to go up against. You don't have to do none of that shit. They're not knocking on your goddamn door. They ain't busting you in your damn head. Now, indirectly, if you got other issues that's going on, then you may feel obliged to go out there and fight. But them same people that's trying to encourage you to question your commitment and your intelligence, why they not in your community doing what needs to be done? I'm just throwing that out there. You still got massive problems that we've been having since the 50s. Drugs, gangs. You understand? Crazy landlords that's protected by courts. Disrespectful healthcare workers. Doctors preying, and I mean P-R-E-Y, on your organs through medical apartheid, all type of shit that you have going on. There ain't none of them come. We'll get to that later. God damn it, we've been dealing with the crack era still. We'll get to y'all later. We'll get to the police brutality in your community. We'll get to that. No, bitch, no. We'll get to y'all later. How y'all like that? We'll get to ICE later. Just that simple. You're not going to attempt to make melanated folk guilty for sitting down and really analyzing this shit and getting in the law books, because everything has been circumvented. This dude did shit and is doing shit to this day that you have been beating your head with in social studies classes and all that. They made you read that shit, get tested on it. From grade school to middle school to high school, college level. Oh, Congress is the only one. Congress can override the president. None of that shit apply. This nigga done ripped all that out. Do you understand? That I keep telling y'all that shit, that rotary phone era thinking is dead in this smartphone age. All that shit they beat you. He can't do that. No, president can't do that. This dude didn't get convicted. He's a felon. Fraternizing with a Pedialyte. Doing shit in the Congress, they saying nothing. Like, yo, they crying and whining. You can't do that. Man, shut up. I'm doing that. Do you understand? G, what up? My brother Gregory Bonner, much appreciation for funding the war effort. None of it. None of it. Okay? So that means you sit your black ass down until you got serious leadership. Having quiet discussions on what we need to organize around. Just that simple. Everything got tossed up. Pan-Africanism gone. They don't know they ass from their elbow right now over there. They done gas y'all over the last 5-10 years to go back to Ghana. Y'all over there, they beating y'all out of the homes. People actually going over there getting stuck, wiped out of finance and dreams and everything. Half of the videos from over there, they on some comedic shit. They doing comedy TikToks, more twerking, ass shaking, and all type of shit. Everything has to be reassessed, reevaluated. And in the course of that, you don't need to catch a federal charge for some dumb shit that had no end goal to it. Now, let's continue. David Easterwood is listed as a pastor at City's Church on its website, and a person of that name appears in public records as the St. Paul ICE Acting Field Office Director. Easterwood did not respond to requests for comments to the press. In a statement, though, Pastor Jonathan Parnell says City's Church was considering legal action against agitators who disrupted the service. Bondi said that the protest inside the Baptist church was part of attacks on places of worship that would not be tolerated under Trump. However, ICE agents has run up in churches, ICE agents have run up in mosques, ICE agents have run up in temples. So I guess we need to replay those videos and tapes so the Trump administration could go after those ICE agents that ran up in the churches, that ran up in the mosques, that ran up in the temples. Since you are so firm in this place of worship, Miss Bondi, we gonna see. That's what needs to go viral. That's what needs to be pushed now. Y'all don't need to be outside protesting. If you feeling the ways, find very clear violations of the law that they're throwing at people. Okay? In a video posted by Levy Armstrong, Nekima, right? She stood inside the church and said Easterwood's role as a pastor was incompatible with his alleged role overseeing ICE agents who had unalived the Mrs. Good and clapped a Venezuelan immigrant. Levy said, "How dare you claim to be a pastor of God and you are involved in evil in our community?" Again, you don't know his understanding, comprehension, or belief in God. He might not never even said that. He just might be a pastor. You taking your interpretation based on your knowledge of what God is. He's doing what he feels is God's work. And you ran your ass up in there, though, making an attempt to prove a point. Not only is he believing he's doing God's work, so is Bondi, and so is Trump, and so is the FBI dude. Yeah. Okay? Her social media post said the mission was organized by Black Lives Matter groups in Minnesota and the Racial Justice Network. Let's see if they help and get her ass up out of the hoose cow. Because, man, okay? Look at how they doing it, though. Bondi named Nekima Levy Armstrong and Sean Till Louisa Allen as the suspects. Cash Patel says the pair are charged with violating the FACE Act, which prohibits interfering with the exercise of religion at a place of worship. God damn it. Ooh-wee. Yeah. So again, y'all, you got to know what you say you believe in, what you're willing to risk, how far you're willing to go, because everything is at stake. Everything is at stake. Even what you say and print online. Everything. I just seen where was I saw it in one of these cities. They came to an Ofay door. Local police. You printed this online about the mayor. Ofay chick is like, what? Yeah. What are you talking about? Yeah, you said this about the mayor and listen. Man, listen. This shit is not a game, yo. Everything you do and say. Man, I'm telling you. I don't, man, I'm built for this. Trust and believe. I done did it. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm knowing how far I'm willing to go. Understand. With minimal support. I know what it is, man. I don't just study this shit. I move. I'm in it. I want y'all to know and understand that as well. When you're triggered, calm yourself down. We're watching that this shit is brand new. It is a very old war. We've been fighting this war since the millennia. Okay? We've been fighting this war against white folk, white light, Ofay, white horse. We've been fighting this for millennia. Through the galaxies. Man, this isn't new. The strategies at which that they are moving in is new. So we got to make the adjustments. We have to make the adjustments or you're going to lose. Okay? You're going to lose. You go ahead and be emotionally triggered by this bullshit if you want to. I ain't got no package money to send you. I don't. I'm going to be honest. I can't send you nothing. Nothing. I can't send you nothing. I don't get it. And I damn sure ain't coming to see you. No. Hell no. I ain't been back. Never. I damn sure ain't going back for nothing. What? Nah, we go back on our own accord. Straight up. Because we done put in the necessary work that's making them come through. Trust and believe that. Shit. I'm not getting searched. Ain't gonna look at my grippers because I'm coming to visit who? Oh, hell no. We don't do that. So be mindful. Don't get into it online, on Twitter, on IG, back and forth with some clown. You try. Listen, your level of intelligence is different. Just ask questions that have no answers to. You could why somebody to death. Yeah. Right? Yeah. It's a question that's most asked by the deaf, dumb, and blind. That could be asked throughout infinity. Why? Make them stand tall on their understanding. I guarantee you they're going to crumble every time. But you have to know what they believe in, what they claim. Once they claim that, oh, boy, you believe in that, you have to be well versed in it. So you could dispute that bullshit they coming at you with. All right? All right, cool. Now, let's go on. Hold on, what I did. I did Naomi Osaka. Okay. What's that? I'll get to that some other time. Now, video circulating. Well, I seen it. of Tracy Morgan. Tracy Morgan clapping back at a homeless individual. Got some people feeling the ways. Homeless dude asking for some bread. Tracy Morgan said, I don't give a fuck about that. You homeless, I ain't do it to you. Okay? But it didn't pan, it didn't set off like that. I guess this particular space, dude must stand outside of the garden and just catch little snippets and vids of celebs and pole plays and stuff coming out. And they caught Tracy a couple of times. Of course, Tracy's, any of them season ticket holders, they get caught. This particular time, Tracy's coming out. He peeps somebody. Who's, yo, Tracy, yo. Tracy hit him with the, I know you. I remember you. And dude was like, yo, what up, son? Same old New York City shit. Okay? Yo, son, let me hold something, son. Yo, what? That last shit, Tracy said, yo, hold up. You? I know you. You can't speak to me like that. I never forgot what you did to me. I ain't forget. And dude is like, yo, but I'm saying something, but yo, got home something? You want to give, I'm fucked up, I'm homeless. Tracy said, what? So what? I ain't do that to you. And they pan back to homie looking sad and bewildered and strange. Now, this shit is floating, it's gonna move, I'm sure it's gonna get some traction. I'm sure TMZ gonna pick it up and all that. So that little IG space or whatever, that shit get ready to do crazy numbers. But lies the question. Because you are on and in your community, in your home city, do you have a responsibility to take care of somebody because they claim, and this isn't a claim because Tracy said, yeah, I know you, I remember you and what you did to me. Do you have a responsibility, or do any of them have a responsibility to help a brother out? I'll gladly pay you a Tuesday for a hamburger today. Yo, Tracy, I'm walked up. Huh? I ain't do that to you. And we know Tracy Morgan is holding. Yeah, they had to give him bread for that accident. Bread. Straight up cash. Ain't no nothing. Thinking liquid. Here, hold this. No, he up. And it's like, yo, they could have gave him a little $100 or something. Listen. He ain't got to get that man nothing. Now, me, I tell you, listen, I give so many on a regular. I do. I see young dudes, though, I tell you like this, you could be all effed up in the game and on, I tell you quick, and then go to jail. And dudes get taken aback, like, yo, son, yo, I'll tell you in a minute, you ain't that messed up. You 18, 35, 18 to 40 and all that, you in the street, you bullshitting. Dudes, yo, Bliz, but you steer kids away from jail, you talk yeah. But if you all that messed up, and you got all your faculties, you understand you got hands and feet and arms and legs, and you got a little man muscle, and you ain't out there selling your tail to do something to get up off the street, then go to jail. Go to jail. I ain't got nothing for you. Stick something up. Straight up. I tell them all the time, don't be in Brooklyn. Don't be in the hood begging. We don't have shit. Take your ass across that bridge. Go to Park Ave and beg. You don't never see them up there. Madison Ave, Park Ave, Upper West Side, Wall Street. You don't see them over there. Them Ofay is the reason why you toe up. They got a shared responsibility in that. You out in the hood begging, then you ain't getting shit. Go to jail. Throw a brick. Straight up. Steal you some Pokemon card. Do something. I don't have it for you, Mr. 2 arms in the leg, 2 legs and all that. Take your ass to jail. Get you some 3 hots in the cot. Get you off whatever you off. Whatever you need to be off. Drug, whatever, alcohol, whatever. Lift you some weights, pull-ups. Get back out here and get to it. Straight up. Straight up. You ain't out here eating no ass. To get up off the street, you got too much pride. I don't have it. I don't have it. I'm telling you. I don't come on here. You can hear me. I don't come on here and get 200, 300 out, 400. I don't come. Hell no. Hell no. Every class man, every class we might get a little quarter, 30 cents. You crazy? And I go right to the hood. I'm telling you, I can stand in the bodega after school. There's several times I do it. Anywhere in Brooklyn. Kids come in your eye. I got all of them. I don't want none of them to leave without getting whatever they got. They want to get. All of it. No pork. And no goddamn quarter waters and all that bullshit. Go ahead, y'all. Get what y'all want. And that's gone. Like that. Simple. For real, for real. So your big ass, you at the gas station, them gotta pump your gas. Nigga, if you don't go out, get the... Man, you better get on that track and go compete with them broads. What does it matter with you? So now, we don't know. See, Tracy's was for years struggling. I know them comedians. I know them low. They used to run around with the lowlights. I know Tracy Morgan, G. George, all them struggling New York comedians, man. You don't know what that man did to Tracy. You don't know what that man. I guarantee you, Tracy won't remember me. I'm serious. The face may be familiar, the energy's familiar from being around, and he remembered Duke. Straight up, I know you, I remember you. Never forget what you did to me. Your home has got, nope, I ain't do it to you. Woo! That's deep. It's deep. I'm telling you, it's deep, man. And to be perfectly honest, Tracy don't know that man. That man don't know Tracy. You take different journeys and paths. And I keep telling you, I don't know these rap dudes. I knew them. I was around them. I'm 20 years removed from a lot of them cats. Yeah. 10 years removed from a lot of them cats. They don't even know that I do the work that I'm doing. Dudes still think I'm a stick-up kid. Straight up. And see, dudes don't know that I'm saving lives every day, that I talk to people every day. They don't know that. That's serious. They be like, what? You doing what? You on the front lines, what? They don't know. All they know is what they knew of me. And that sticks. A lot of people don't understand that. People keep you in a place where they are comfortable knowing you. So when you see me in the town, they automatically see, oh shit, that nigga's official gangster. Yo, son, yo, what up? You know I'm out here doing what I'm doing. You understand? People gonna keep you where they want to keep you. All right? So Tracy don't owe that man nothing at all. At all. Not $100, not $50, not a $20 bill. We don't know what Tracy had to do to come up and what that man might have did. You dig? Have no idea. But Tracy do. Even after head injury. Even after rising and not finding work. And then finding work again. And dealing with them Ofay and whatever gripper gate he was doing. He remembered him. So whatever homie did was a traumatic, toxic space. And Tracy said, nigga, you ain't getting a dime. You ain't getting a dime. That's deep. Never shit on people. You understand? You don't know where you gonna meet them at. That's why I do my damnedest. Yo, I'm making an extra effort to do whatever I can do. Anybody, plug people to other people. I don't seek no glory in this shit. I don't. Never know who is going to receive your help in a way that they would not have received it from anyone else. You don't know who you helping. You don't know who may have to help you. Okay? So that's the Tracy Morgan. All right? Now, God damn it, 5:34. I'm supposed to been off this shit. Y'all got my whole dinner shit messed up. I don't even know if I can cook by the time I get back, man. Here we go with the eating shit. Yo, I'm telling you, I'll be pressed for so much time. But I do this because I got to educate the class, man. Giving people a clear perspective helps them a lot. But I got to do this. Let's go. Cameron, Killer Cam, come to class. Harlem. Stand up, Harlem. Stand up, Harlem. Yeah. Women. Okay, bad bitches. Thotties. Yeah, all that shit. Come to class. Yeah. Yeah. Come on, Cam. Cam ain't do nothing. He schooled somebody. Sit back and listen. Then we're going to run through class real quick because men have to get a clear perspective of the shit they've been going through for the last 2 decades, maybe a quarter century, maybe 25 years. Women been in a bad headspace. Their belief system is screwy, and y'all done raised up some disgusting, dastardly, dirty, dingy-ass bitches. Y'all raised them. Y'all allowed TV to raise them. Y'all allowed social media to put shit in their head that sounds stupid and ridiculous. And it has to stop. I'll keep telling y'all that musty box don't mean shit. Let's go. Cameron, in this video that I seen and he reposted, had a little discussion, a little debate, a little kilter conversation with one of his exes. I don't know this chick name. Is it Callie O'Day? Woo! Woo-wee! Yeah. Don't know what the hell she was thinking about. I do. That's about average. That's about average for what these women be thinking about these days. In the video, funny. I guess the prior to what I saw was a discussion about what he did for her or what she didn't get from him or how he what anyway, she was talking about how her and this is her word and said it hard too, expectation. She said that automatically that she seeks from a man to automatically step into leadership and provision, and want to protect and provide for her, and that Cam has never given her those vibes. Automatically step into leadership and provision, and want, and a man should want to protect and provide for her. And Cam never gave him or gave her those vibes from him. So now I'm thinking, well, how long did he deal with her? And at what point did she not get those vibes from him? That's where I was confused. I'm like, this is something that you believe in, hard body, that automatically. And a lot of women think like that's when you approach that this is supposed to be an expectation of a man when he's that I'm talking to you because I want to be your leader, to give you provisions, to protect and provide for you. Without me knowing anything about you. Because that's really, we don't know of each other. We just don't. That's why people get into these relationships, get tripped up, get caught up, and then all of a sudden they out. Because you don't know. I can tell you now, I've been in spaces and I have friendships, people 30, 40 years, 30 years, man, and don't know them. Shit they do that I would never expect them to do. Most of them don't know their damn self. But this has been the language for a while now, almost a quarter century, that men supposed to come into a space and wipe everything away that has traumatized you and put you in a soft bed, a bed of comfort, of financial freedom, right? Eliminate stress and all this shit because you gave him some musty box. Musty box is supposed to be your ticket. Okay? Let's continue. She says, if I share my body with a man, I shouldn't, and this is a question, if I share my body with a man, I shouldn't expect him to want to protect and provide for me. Then it triggered her because she said, is that what you would teach your effing daughter? That you know, just having sex with a man, I'm just worthless, just having sex with a man. So now listen, because it's deep. You're having sex with a man. like she said, sharing her body with a man to get provided for and protected. Just your body. Not her mind, not her soul. Just her body. So you put a price on your body. This is what she did. This is what she's believing. This is what she is been taught, that your body, that little musty box, got a price. That musty box got a price because she's saying she's not giving it away for free. That there should be an expectation that when a man come to get that box, he's going to provide bags, whatever, you in this home rent free provisions. Just for the body. She didn't mention her mind. She didn't mention her soul. She didn't mention anything. Just that box. So the box got a price. Now, he said, yo, I don't do that. I don't give girls. I don't give women. I invest in. I'd rather invest in than give. Now, she said, you never invested in me. You weren't investable. I couldn't do it, right? I couldn't do it, and this where it gets deep for me. She said, you never invested in me. That's why I went to nursing school. So he's like, okay, you went to nursing school. Why didn't you finish? Check this shit out. Okay? Because he said you had some wrong investments. Right? You said that, right? Yeah. He said, yeah. What happened? I didn't finish because I started a business, right? So he said, okay, you invested in, right, you had a wrong investment. You started a business. I started a business because what? Huh? I started a business. Look. I went to nursing school in 2019 to get a degree. And he said, well, why don't you have it yet? I opened a business to help me get through nursing school. I opened a business to help me get through nursing school. Okay? Because I needed passive income. Okay? It's 2026. So they asked, well, what happened to the business? How'd that work out? See? A bad investment. You made a bad investment with yourself. So how can a man invest? And listen, I'm not, you know why it's deep for me? Because my mother was a nurse. I watched my mother with nothing. Right? She had an accounting degree. Accounting wasn't working out. She did everything under the sun. There was a program I'll never forget called All Craft that used to teach women construction. And this was back. We talking about early 80s. Early 80s. My mom used to come back to the building. Hard hat, construction belt. Oh, that was a favorite. I was a favorite of the dozens. Oh shit, Bliz mom's more construction. Oh, anytime it was time to heat up. Yo, Silla Rock got the goddamn hammer. Heating up. Moms did it all. Then she said, you know what? I'm done with this shit. I'm done with this. She said, I'm going to be a nurse. Got her LPN. In 2 years. Struggling. Dig, no help from nowhere. Pell, punk ass Pell Grants and all that. Got her LPN. Once got the LPN, off and running. Got her RN, and till the day she died, she was an RN. I've seen girls with 2 and 3 kids in the project on Welly go from CNAs, okay, to HHA, to LPNs, to RNs. I've seen girls do that with no passive income. You mean to tell me you was a bad bitch, you was messing with Cam and all that, and you had enough to open a business and your dumb ass still ain't finished nursing school? And you talking about provisions and investments because of your box? You sound dumb as shit. Dumb as shit. And any of them striking nurses out there will look at you like you a dummy. You crazy. That's why he just sat there calm. Like, he wasn't investable. I couldn't put nothing into you. Because of that, because you thought your little musty box meant something. That you laid down with a dude, there was a price on that pussy. And you still standing firm and sitting and believing in that. And I keep telling y'all, that box don't mean nothing. Nothing. The Ofay put that in your head. And you've been prostituting yourself for the longest. Longest. She was like, is that what you going to teach your effing daughter just to lay up with somebody? No. Well, her box don't have a price. I always tell you, you could think it. You could think you got $1 million box. Mm-hmm. And you can allow somebody to knock the goddamn walls out that box for $1 million. Or you can let 1 million people knock it down for $1. It's the same thing. Once you put a price on it, once you believe that you can monetize it, and then that's what men should lead with, that's whore mentality. Get the shit out your head. Get it out your head. Men too. Stop thinking because y'all get tricked. Okay? That means you getting the best of the best. That means something. Shit. Listen, I gotta go. Hopefully I could buy something for dinner. I don't even know what to get, to be honest. But I'll figure this shit out. Okay? Peace, Frankie. Peace, Frankie Fizz. Y'all make sure y'all go watch the Red Hook series on YouTube, man. Watch it. Catch up on it, damn it. Okay? But to all who funded the war effort, much appreciation. The super chats, and much appreciated to those who watch and who's gonna replay, who's gonna share it, who's gonna make TikToks and do it. Do what you do, much appreciation. Don't believe in me. Believe in my belief in you. Don't believe in me, believe in my belief in you. Come back to class with all 10 fingers and 10 toes. Be safe out there. It's a war going on. Okay? And think, man, guard your mind. Guard your mind. Long live Assata Shakur. Long live the revolutionary queen. Huh? Where's she at? Huh? This is where we at. Long live the queen. And thanks, my day one, my workout buddy, my best friend, Derek, for bringing me this snazzy little fatigue joint from his trip to Dubai. You dig? Yeah. All right? Remember, y'all, there's a war going on outside. 55, gang, get y'all grades up.